the 2K Sports pregame show.
Okay, basketball fans, with me, Kenny the Jet Smith, Shaquille O'Neal, I'm Ernie Johnson. You're watching 2K Sports, but you know that already. In a few moments, we'll be sending you out to Philadelphia as the 76ers go up against the Detroit Pistons. And guys, for the Pistons, from their first 7 games, they've come away with just 1 win. Whatever optimism they brought with them into the season has faded significantly. And tonight, 2 offenses that like to score in the post. Shaq, defensively, how do you counteract that?
2 types of denying. Deny the position and deny the entry pass.
Yes.
Sounds like you're in a state of denial.
I deny everything you just said.
Is it just me? I thought that was funny.
But you know what the other thing you could do, Shaq? If you pressure the passer, what it does is then it allows the defender to have more time to get around on the defensive and provide.
You're lucky I didn't guard you in your career.
Oh, I would have went right by you.
You're lucky.
I would have hoped you pressured me.
Let's go to Kevin Harlan. Time for the tip.
Welcome to Philadelphia, everyone, as the 76ers get ready to defend home court in the Eastern Conference. This is Kevin Harlan with Greg Anthony and Clark Kellogg and our sideline reporter, David Aldridge. And it's back to Detroit for the Pistons at the conclusion of today's game. It's been a shaky start to the new season for this club. Some challenging games have put them at a disadvantage with their record standing at just 1-6.
I mean, this is certainly not the way this team wanted to start the season. I mean, they just haven't been able to get anything positive done. I mean, no momentum. I think they're starting to lack some confidence, and as a result, we see them struggling.
And nothing tips off a broadcast like getting the lowdown from the sidelines, and we've got David Aldridge there for that. David, good evening.
Guys, Joel Embiid is listed at 7 feet, but at player introductions, they say 7'2" center, Joel Embiid. Now, Brett Brown says when you stand next to him, you understand the difference between 7 feet and 7'2". He's a big man, Kevin.
He is tremendous size and skill to match, GA. Thanks. And early in the season, many coaches, Clark, still experimenting with rotations. Who plays when and where, and how long has it been in your experience to have that established on a team?
Well, it varies from team to team. There are a number of factors. One, the coach, has he been there a while? Does he have an established style of play and system? 2, what's your roster like? How healthy are you? What's the mix and makeup of your team? So it could vary, but typically you'd like to have it not prolong itself into the regular season. You hope that a few weeks of training camp, and then by the time you get a month of the season under your belt, that you're pretty anchored into who you are and how you're going to try to play.
Good outline. And a look at the starters for the Pistons. Griffin is out there with Reggie Bullock. Then there's Reggie Jackson. Then there's Pachulia. And it's Galloway in at the shooting guard. The shot's good. Galloway has got the first points up on the board here for Detroit.
First points of the night, and here we go.
Setting the tone early with the first bucket, and we're off.
Now here's Covington. D right on him. Clock at 6. Pass to Saric. That one misses. And the Pistons now going the other way. Their last encounter was in Detroit.
And they'll want to show that they're a much better team than they demonstrated last time out against these guys. At the very least, avoid another blowout.
And it really was the turnovers that fueled the blowout. I mean, a lot of questionable, poor decisions by them with the ball. And when that happens, you can get blasted.
Wow, he got whacked on that one. Shouldn't be much debate there.
Blatant contact. Straightforward call. Simple.
Take a break. 2 shots.
First one falls for him. And for Detroit, a lot of changes, Greg, in their front office this past offseason.
A new GM and Dwayne Casey brought in to coach. could see a drastic shift in style and approach for the Pistons moving forward.
And both free throws good for Covington.
Gotta like the confidence. Such an important part of making shots. Nice seeing a big man knock down free throws.
Jackson kicks to Bullock. Back to Jackson. Pachulia against Embiid. Griffin goes in, fouled on the shot, and picks up 2 points. So 1 free throw coming up.
It was all about his athleticism when Griffin first came into the league, but it didn't take long to see he was about a lot more than that. He's got serious skills down low.
And that one misses.
And Blake Griffin said early in his career he used to rely on his athleticism to get by. He said the problem was every season he'd be worn out by February. So diversifying his offensive game has helped him to kind of withstand the rigors of a long NBA season.
Now here's Pachulia after J.J. Redick's miss. And there's the call on Dario Saric. That'll be his second foul of the game.
Got to be more careful. Can't pick up 2 fouls this early on. You just can't.
Wilson Chandler's checked in for Saric. Here's Jackson. 14 points from him the last game against Brooklyn. Pass to Bullock. Shot clock at 6. That's good, and it's Jackson with the assist that time. Bullock's got his first 3 points of the game. The 76ers have gone 0 of 3 from the field to start the game. And Greg, you look at a lot of the volume dunkers over the years, their bodies often wear down. You think of Amari Stoudemire, Antonio McDyess, even Dwight Howard.
Yeah, I think Griffin could see the writing on the wall. He used to get over 200 dunks in a season. Now, less than half that number. But the trade-off, hopefully, will be longevity and an increased skill set.
And just under 2.5 minutes elapsed here in the first. There's Jackson with the 3. And another 3 for Detroit.
You know, you're going to have success when you can start out shooting 80% from the game. So early offensively, they've been great. That's the way you like to start.
Now here's Redick. He had an 18-point outing in the last game against the Clippers. Now here's Fultz. Guarded by Jackson. 5 to shoot. Fultz with the ball. Excellent D there from Pachulia. Now here's Bullock. D right on him. Pass to Griffin. Here's the 3. And it's Philadelphia with the rebound. Last game matched up with the Clippers. A tough loss there.
Yeah, they gave up in that one. The defense constantly breaking down way too many times.
Yep, and that's not a winning performance. I mean, you got to tighten up the defense moving forward if you're going to get some W's.
Now Redick following the 3-point attempt by Blake Griffin. A floater, and Redick lays it in.
Playing with great rhythm. When Redick has space to get the floater off, he's going to make it happen.
High post Pachulia to the left side wing. Outside Jackson. And Embiid with the block.
That long reach of Embiid's is a real asset on defense. Covers a lot of territory and knows how to snuff out shooters.
Now here's Griffin. Last game we saw him score 32. Here's Fultz. Chandler the pass to Fultz. Back to Chandler. And there's the pass to Fultz. Got a hand on it. Jackson kicks to Griffin. Shot from the top of the key. It's good. The assist this time from Jackson. The 76ers trail by 6. Fultz, the pass to Covington. Out of bounds, Detroit takes possession. Here is the 2K leaderboard with the list of last season's top three-point shooters. Well, you look at Bullock, second in the league, extremely accurate from beyond the arc.
The bucket must have looked 3 feet wide to him last year. I mean, very deserving in terms of that spot among the league leaders from 3.
Now here's Jackson. Kicks it to Bullock. And here's Pachulia. Here's Griffin. Banked in off the glass. Griffin's got 6.
And they've scored several times already here in the first quarter on the inside.
Chandler outside. The 76ers again can't hit it.
You almost have to assume he's going to knock those down when he is that open.
Knocked away. And J.J. Redick picks up the foul. That's his first foul.
And now only 1 away from being in the penalty.
Yep, the next one puts them on the line, so they've got to be careful the rest of the way.
Detroit with the ball. Embiid with the steal.
And how about the stingy defense there to deny that pass?
Chandler, no good. And so it's Jackson who brings it up for Detroit. 8-point game coming off that loss against the Nets.
And you know what? They were giving away points, missing at the line, a big factor in the outcome.
Ditto that. When you give up this many points at the line, makes it a lot easier for the opposition. Well, he mistimed it just a skosh. Don't think the defense really had an impact. I think he just flat out missed it.
Fouled in the act of shooting. Gets the bucket anyway, so a 3-point play chance for him.
And, you know, Brett Brown has seen it all in Philly. The good and bad times. Was the head coach for their lowest points as this team rebuilt. Now he's reaping the fruits of his labor and persistence as he leads a star-studded Sixers team that has great potential.
One shot, gentlemen.
That free throw good from Fultz. And Clark, you have to applaud management for the way they stuck with Brown as the team was turning things around.
Yeah, I love it, Kevin. I really do. I mean, being able to see the long-term picture and stay with a coach who you believe is the right one for your group. Very impressive work by the Sixers. You know, injuries and a lack of talent were the issue early, not the coaching. The players love Brown, and rarely are coaches afforded as much time and patience as this franchise gave Brown. I applaud him.
Griffin against Chandler. Griffin kicks to Jackson. Pass to Bullock. Nice ball movement by Detroit. Pachulia against Embiid.
Yeah, that's got them over the limit with a lot of time still left. They're going to have to tone it down, or they may end up giving up a lot of free throws here.
As we take a look at the power forward position, Clark, one you know very well, who are some of the more underrated guys at that power forward spot?
Wow, underrated. You always run into some interesting names when you think about underrated. You know, I think a guy that perhaps has finally found himself with the talent that he came into the league with is James Johnson down in Miami. He does a little bit of everything, had one of his best seasons this past year. Taj Gibson, I think, is undervalued for what he brings in toughness, shooting, and defense. Yeah, you know, one of the under-talked about strengths of the Philadelphia 76ers is how they play team defense. I mean, they were top-rated defensively in opponents' field goal percentage last year.
Now here's Fultz. 29 points for him last game against the Clippers.
And he caused major problems with his defense as well. He had 4 steals by the time the game was over.
Here's Galloway after the made shot from Joel Embiid. Now here's Jackson, guarded by Fultz from 12 feet out. Griffin. And Griffin stays with it. Griffin's got 8 points.
And when they've gone to him, he has come through big time. You got to keep getting him touches.
Fultz the pass to Chandler. He kicks it to Covington. Inside, Embiid. Excellent D there from Pachulia. And with the 76ers in defense, it isn't just them bothering shots.
No, you're right, Kevin. I mean, they were one of the best, if not the best, rebounding team in the league. Also were top 10 in blocks and steals last season. I mean, they filled up the stat sheet as a team in a lot of ways. It's fun to talk about what this team can do on offense, clearly. But I think moving forward,
gentlemen,
what's going to anchor this team as
shot.
a contending team is its defense.
And that one misses.
Man, you got to love the intensity of Covington. I mean, he's a consistent shooter from beyond the arc, and he's a player that also isn't afraid to get dirty on the glass for rebounds. That's a nice combination, nice stroke, but still he'll do some dirty work too.
And the Pistons making a change here. John Lure, he's checked in for Pachulia. Robinson comes in for Reggie Bullock. Luke Kennard, he's checked in for Langston Galloway. And it's Ish Smith in for Reggie Jackson. A bit of an up-and-down season for Covington last year. Great 3 and D player overall, though.
Yeah, very good in those areas. He started out really hot, Kevin, and then was on his way to what looked like a breakout year, and his confidence waned with his shot, kind of like a golfer struggling with his putter. But this guy, because he defends, he has good size, and he does have a good shot, I think he'll bounce back nicely.
Here's McConnell, following the basket by Blake Griffin. Bounce pass from McConnell. Shamet. And he makes the bucket, gets the whistle, and now a three-point play chance here for him.
Great job of screening there. Nice job to take it to the rim and get the finish.
And a chance to catch up on some numbers here. The scoring breakdown for the Pistons.
You know what, guys? It looks to me like they're really in sync here, all on the same page. They've already got a bunch of assists.
Yeah, also something I like out of them so far, they're throwing their bodies around in the paint, and the physicality is taking its toll.
Pistons leading by 4. Now here is Smith. Robinson up top. He tries for 3. Rebound by Muscala. Stripped it away. Kennard kicks to Robinson. Feeds it to Griffin. Here's Smith. And it's rebounded by Covington. Philadelphia has gone 0 of 2 from deep here. Pass to McConnell. With the floater. Rebound, Detroit. Smith surveying the D, and Lure gets it to go.
Boy, the way Smith runs the offense, really efficient, thanks to the way he can pass it.
The 76ers trail by 6. Griffin with the steal. And now the fast break. Griffin with the ball. Lure finds Smith. Got it. Good job in the low post. And the Pistons lead by 8.
And good passing, setting up a lot of these buckets right now, Kevin. That's been the key.
Dime-dropping delights is what I call it.
Yeah, it's a nice pass. I will give you that one.
Yep, he was on the money, that's no doubt. Covington's shot is off. And so Griffin will bring it up for the Detroit Pistons. Passes to Kennard. Smith outside. Now Griffin. He's got 10. 4 on the clock. For the 3. That one doesn't go, but he's still shooting 50%. 5 of 10. There's the pass to Covington. And here's McConnell, guarded by Robinson. A minute 50 left to play here in the first. Somehow ignores the tight D and gets the layup.
If you're going in amongst the trees, you have got to be aggressive.
Boy, like his intensity, Greg. He's not afraid to take it straight to the rack on the bigger defender. Right at it.
Now, here is Smith. They double-team Griffin. And we're going to have a jump ball. It's tied up there. So it's the Pistons now. Lure dishes to Smith. Johnson against Griffin. Down to 5 on the shot clock. And Lure wide open. He shoots it. That one wide left. The 76ers trail by 6. They've been looking out of sync offensively.
Yeah, their offense has ground to a standstill.
Man, that's just solid use of the pull-up there by Robert Covington. I mean, when the defense stays away from him, he has no problem letting it go.
Now here's Griffin. It's good, and it's his 6th make against 11 attempts.
You know, this quarter has been all him, all about him. They're getting it to him in his spots, and he's taking over.
There's 42 seconds left in the first quarter. And there's the call. It's going to be an illegal screen.
And that's a tough one, but on those illegal screen calls, the defender's never going to get the benefit of the doubt.
Those are facts, man. I mean, if he's sliding his feet just a skosh, the refs are going to whistle him for it.
Now here's Lure. Griffin inside. Johnson's there. The shot's good from Smith.
The assist totals, Kevin, just continue to grow. They're way ahead in that category. Ball movement has been flawless.
Clearly just an example of a different mindset between these teams.
Here's McConnell after the basket by Detroit. And the rejection by Smith.
Boy, the deceptive reach of Smith striking again. Boy, he really gives it to you in terms of effort on defense.
That pushes it to double digits. And now a 10-point Piston lead.
And from the opening tip, they just crushed it. You see it now on the scoreboard.
Clearly in great rhythm. They've got it going on, I mean, in a big way. Excellent job at establishing a huge lead early on.
And so is Detroit, going into the break with a 10-point lead. They're feeling very confident, shooting the ball with great efficiency and dictating the pace. We've got more in store for you right after this. A native of Cameroon, Joel Embiid talks about making a quick transition to the United States.
Not knowing English, obviously at the beginning it was a little bit hard to express myself. Obviously I can speak English perfectly now, so that's a plus, and I'm just being myself.
And that unique sense of humor, Greg, is a specialty of Embiid's.
He's a fun-loving guy who's become a must-follow on social media. And the transition he's made has been remarkable.
And so far through one quarter, it's been a lopsided game. We'll see if that changes here in the second. And guys, looking at what you've seen so far from the Pistons, what do you think?
I think they've played great D and not giving up anything easy early on.
Exactly. I mean, they've made their presence felt on this end. Excellent job contesting shots so far.
And now, brought to you by Gatorade, all fueled up and ready to go. Let's reset our lineups. And Detroit, looking at who they've got. Smith and Kennard are in the backcourt. Griffin is out there with John Lure. And it's Robinson in at the 3 slot. The 76ers have hit most of their free throws tonight, 5 of 6.
One shot, gentlemen.
One of the buzzwords we hear all the time now, Clark, two-way player. But when you were out there, everyone had to be, it seemed to me, a two-way player.
Yeah, you know what? I think it's interesting when you see some of these terms that come into vogue. There's not much that's new under the sun in terms of the game. And clearly, two-way players were as valued in the past, even before me, as they are now. I just think it's part of the language of the game now where it's more prevalent.
Now, that's how you pick up second chance points. Stay active and be ready as soon as the shot goes up.
Up top, McConnell. We're covering. And there's the slam dunk to finish it off.
And folks, those are hops you just don't see from that one spot every day.
Well, that's why he is such an uncommon talent.
Yep, uncommon and unparalleled. I mean, he makes things happen out there for sure.
Johnson against Griffin. Kicks to Robinson. And they call an illegal screen here.
And, you know, that's a second foul early in this quarter. I think he's got to be much more cautious in how he defends now.
Wilson Chandler's checked in for the 76ers. And we're a little over a minute and a half into the second quarter of action. McConnell with it. Lures there. Yep, that one goes in there. McConnell's got his second bucket of the game to go.
That was big because they dug a big hole in the first quarter, but starting to show signs of life.
Sometimes, for whatever reason, a lot of times you don't know why. It takes a little while to work the knots out, but it looks like they're putting it together right now.
Yeah, how about the strength and focus there of Griffin? Absorbs the hit and still finishes.
A floater, and Griffin sends it back. A second chance effort. That one doesn't go. Smith with the defensive effort. McConnell with it. We're just over 2.5 minutes into the second quarter. And foul on the shot. He'll shoot 2 at the free throw line.
All right, a moment here to check out stats for Griffin. Great showing for him last season. 17th in assists and amongst the league's top-tier scorers, top 20 in points per game.
And really a good season for him distributing the basketball. Whether it was the drive and dish, pick and roll, fast break, he was money all year long. The first free throw is good. And the 76ers with some changes. Joel Embiid, he's checked in for Johnson. And J.J. Redick is subbed in for T.J. McConnell. So Detroit going with an almost entire new group here. Pachulia, he's checked in for Griffin. Reggie Bullock comes in for Glenn Robinson III. Langston Galloway's checked in for Luke Kennard. And it's Jackson in for Ish Smith. And good on the second, so he makes them both.
And getting to the line and hitting your free throws, a good way to get back into the game. It stops the clock and extends the game and allows you the opportunity to set your defense. They've been perfect from the line so far here in the second quarter.
And on our sideline, our reporter, David Aldridge.
Well, guys, Brett Brown coached the Sixers team through some really lean years. Now, the promise started to show last season, but he said, I don't feel close to the notion that we've arrived. I'm hardened, just doing my job and moving forward. Kevin?
And continuing the process, D.A. thanks. And he gets the bucket. 12 points for him.
And started hot, and he's only gotten harder.
Outside Jackson. The teardrop falls in. And the Pistons lead by 7.
Nice looking floater there, Kevin. Such a fast shot, a quick release. Really hard to guard that.
Saric outside. And Redick now atop the key. And it's off from three-point range. Detroit leading by 7. Pass to Galloway. That's good. And it's Jackson with the assist that time.
And they're beginning to just flat out fall apart defensively right now, especially on the interior.
Yeah, and that's 4 straight field goals now, Greg, they've allowed from point-blank range. Can't happen.
Chandler, no good. Pistons have gone 5 of 7 from the field here in the second. And the Sixers' strength, Clark, on the offensive end is how many ways they can attack a team.
Yeah, I agree with you there. Deadly in transition because of Simmons' size, speed, and passing ability. And if they don't have something in the initial thrust, Embiid, always an option to go to in the low post. They shoot it well from multiple positions. They've got a lot to like offensively.
And the 76ers decide to take their first time out here.
Yeah, the amount of points they've given up here in the paint, that's what they got to talk about.
Absolutely, Greg. I mean, they're getting crushed, killed, hammered, pulverized in the post.
The 76ers making a switch here. Fultz is checked in. 76ers moving the ball around. Back to Chandler. Drops in the tray.
And that's an area of his game that he keeps working on, which is good to see. Chandler, not a great outside shooter, but getting better. It helps when he knocks down those threes.
Jackson deciding where to go with it. And the refs are going to rule that unnecessary contact. It's a flagrant 1 foul.
And Kevin, I got to tell you, he's probably fortunate to just get a flagrant 1 there. I mean, so much contact. The officials easily could have gone even harder on it.
Greg, I agree. He'd better be on his best behavior from now on. One more flagrant of any variety, and he's out of here. He's off on the first.
You know, and Reggie Jackson, a really solid first season and a half in Detroit, but the last 2 seasons, injuries have really held him back.
And the second free throw, good.
And Jackson certainly doesn't lack confidence, a speedy guard who can fill it up in no time.
Jacks up a 3. It's rebounded by Fultz. And Reggie Jackson in 2016-17 battling knee tendonitis. Last season, Greg, a severe right ankle sprain.
I mean, he's so important in terms of his impact for the Pistons. An athletic, physical player. When he's right, he can be a difference maker on both ends.
Takes it into the teeth of the D and converts the layup. Jackson's got 10 points.
And defensively, guys, they've been unable to shut down the middle.
Yeah, and they're really getting pummeled on points in the paint here.
Fultz with the ball. Guarded now by Jackson. Here's Redick. And he's fouled pretty hard on that shot, but he's got the chance to pick up the points at the line. And J.J. Redick, a longtime vet in the NBA, but still plays with a lot of energy.
And Redick said he feels like he's been revitalized in the last few seasons with his change of scenery, playing with more joy, and has always been explosive off the ball in his efforts to get open.
Two shots.
You can see when he's on the floor, the whole offense seems to pick up their energy.
The free throw drops for Redick.
Boy, Redick has some of the most admirable traits you want to see in any basketball player. His professionalism and work ethic have made him the player he is today.
He hits one and misses one, each at the line.
Well, you just love the way that J.J. Redick moves on offense. He keeps his defender occupied, constantly on the lookout for operating room to get his shot off. He comes off screens extremely well, uses angles and craftiness. Terrific off-the-ball movement by one of the best shooters in the league.
That one is good from Joel Embiid.
And the defense can't match up with Embiid's size. I mean, he's just too powerful down there.
Here's Jackson. 10 points for him. Lure up top. Guarded by Fultz. Shoots it. That one off the back iron and out. And for Redick in his movement on offense, Clark, most know him as a shooter, but he does so much more.
Yeah, he does. He moves well without the ball. He's a better defender than he gets credit for. He's a guy that can put it on the deck now and drive when you close out to him poorly. His game has grown really quite nicely, and we know what he is as a shooter, a laser.
And here's Fultz. Outside, Redick. Fires from the wing. Again, Philadelphia.
A nice run they put together here to bring it a little closer.
Yeah, they got hot. And I didn't think I'd be saying this a little while ago, but now this game's up for grabs.
Jackson down low, covered by Saric, and Jackson gets it to go.
He's making it look easy scoring out there because he's much more efficient here in the second.
Out to Saric. On the wing, Chandler. 6 on the shot clock. Over Lure. Chandler, no good.
I tell you what, the defense should send Christmas cards for that miss.
Pass to Galloway. Now here's Bullock. He's guarded closely. To the paint. But Julia the pass to Bullock. Here's Galloway. That shot no good. Now the 76ers take it the other way. Redick finds Saric. Over in the corner, Fultz. Stolen by Bullock. The finish. Throws down the breakaway jam.
And guys got careless with the ball there, and the turnover leads to the big stuff.
Once he came up right with the steal, he went straight on the attack.
That's exactly the way to do it too, Kevin. Go hard to the bucket and don't let them set up the defense.
Outside, Redick. Just 5 on the clock. And that one comes up a bit short.
Just not much success when it comes to shooting.
Now here's Bullock. He's guarded by Chandler. Now here's Bullock. We saw him with 19 points his last outing. And that one clearly a foul. Gets the whistle and 2 shots coming up. That one on Embiid. The Pistons shooting their 6th and 7th free throw attempts tonight.
And team stats last season, 74% shooting, so some numbers that they can definitely improve upon.
Free throw good, Bullock. And the 76ers with some changes. Muscala, he's checked in for Embiid. Johnson comes in for Saric. And it's T.J. McConnell in for J.J. Redick. Detroit also making some changes. Griffin's checked in for John Lure. Luke Kennard comes in for Langston Galloway. And Smith subbed in for Reggie Jackson. No good on the second free throw. The 76ers trail by 8. To the middle, it's stolen by Smith. To the inside, Pachulia. Then Pachulia with the dunk.
What a find by Griffin. He's a lot more skilled as a passer than he gets credit for as far as power forwards go. He has terrific vision.
Passes it to McConnell. To the right side. No one near Fultz as he lets it go. Another miss by Philadelphia. Pistons leading by 10. Smith for 3. That drops. And it comes off an assist from Griffin. Griffin's got 3 assists in the game. And so it's McConnell with it. He'll bring it up for the Philadelphia 76ers. They'll be off to Brooklyn for a meeting with the Nets after this one. And that'll be the first of a 2-game road trip for them. And the 76ers call time here.
And not surprising, obviously unhappy with the lack of response from his team.
Can't blame him. I mean, the effort hasn't been there. Just has not been there. Hopefully, he can get the fire lit.
Robert Covington's checked in for Wilson Chandler. And Detroit with a change here, too. Robinson's checked in. Fultz kicks to McConnell. Good ball movement here by the 76ers. It's Covington on the wing. Down to 5 on the shot clock. To end the drought. And it's good on the layup. Covington's got 7 points.
Oh, Covington really is fantastic at getting his arms high in the air when he's attempting a shot inside. Really gives the defense no chance to catch up to it or get to it.
High post, Pachulia. 5 points in the game over Muscala. Pachulia, no luck. The 76ers trail by 11. Now Fultz. .43 seconds left in the second quarter. No good.
You know, Kevin, this team is struggling a bit right now. I mean, I hope he can find his rhythm and start making his shots out there soon. Otherwise, ...
Oh, taking it to the rack with power.
And hammering down the two-hand slam.
Really piling on the lead with a dunk like that.
Muscala, the pass to McConnell. On the wing, Johnson, defended by Griffin. McConnell scanning the floor. The shot's good. McConnell's got 4 this quarter.
Playing big, willing to go toe-to-toe against a guy who towers over him.
Yeah, I like his heart there, the competitive spirit. I mean, refusing to be held in check by bigger defenders. That's all heart and competitive spirit.
And so we wrap up the first half. Pistons ahead. They finish off the second quarter on a 12-4 run. And a chance now to send it over to David Aldridge, standing by courtside. David.
Kevin, thank you. Here with Brett Brown. Now, Coach, it seemed like you guys came out a little flat. How do you get some energy for the second half?
You just got to go with the people that have energy. I feel like we are not the aggressors. We have to do whatever we're going to do through our defense, and so far it's been poor.
Brett, thanks for your time. Back to you, Kevin.
Thanks for the great interview, David. And we'll be back for the third quarter of basketball following halftime.
The 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hello again, Hoop fans. NBA Halftime Show on 2K Sports. EJ, Shaq, Jet. Some incredible work in this one by Blake Griffin. He had 16 points, 4 assists, and 1 steal. His great performance last game out seemed to carry right over into tonight. Taking a look at the Pistons, Shaq, what did you think?
Well, they're getting higher percentage looks, good game planning. The ball is moving around. Guys aren't pulling the trigger at the first thing they see. They are definitely staying disciplined. That's a big part of what has them having the lead at the halftime.
And Kenny, what are your thoughts on Philadelphia?
Well, I think they could be way more physical than they have been in the first half. Their defense gave up way too many easy looks, and that kind of defense will turn to a loss any night.
And that's going to do it for us here. The second half of action is coming your way.
Welcome back, everyone, to Philadelphia. There's City Hall, an amazing building. Such a great part of this historic American city. And as we dive into the second half, we'll find out if the next 2 quarters are any different from the first 2. So far, it has been a runaway. You look at Blake Griffin in this game, he's been everywhere.
Yeah, and sometimes you find yourself in a role you're not comfortable with, but his passing in the first half really was impressive.
Yeah, and you know, he accumulated a lot of assists, and I liked how unselfish he was, Greg.
And there wasn't too much drama in the first half, but maybe things will tighten up here in the second. Pistons leading by 11. Covington at the 3 and Šarić at the 4. Fultz and Redick are in the backcourt together. And it's Embiid in at the 5, roaming the paint. And that's the group for Brett Brown as we begin the second half.
Nice looking floater there, Kevin. Such a fast shot, a quick release. Really hard to guard that.
Šarić against Griffin. Puts up a 3. The shot by Šarić, no good.
Solid rebound there, and with the score like it is, that's an area where they can't afford to get lazy.
Yeah, another column in the stat sheet that hasn't gone in their favor. To climb back, they've got to put forth more effort.
Fultz with the ball. Jackson on him. Fultz kicks to Redick. He feeds it to Embiid. 5 on the clock. And it's good off the back rim and in. Embiid's got 8.
And, you know, Kevin, they count on him to provide offense, and he knows how to fill it up.
And last year, we saw what a full season of Embiid looks like. I mean, scary to think that this is just the beginning of his career. He looks like he can go down as one of the greats to play if he can stay healthy.
Down low, Griffin with the steal. Now, here's Bullock. He's covered closely, and J.J. Redick picks up the foul. That's foul number 2 for him. Just a little over 90 seconds gone in the third quarter. Griffin against Saric. A nice shot by Griffin.
That's the 10th straight point they've given up in the paint.
And, you know, it doesn't matter how good your defense is on the perimeter if you're going to allow easy ones inside like that.
And we've got an update here, so let's catch up with David Aldridge.
The Pistons went for it last season, bringing in Blake Griffin and trading away picks and players. Didn't work out the way they wanted, but they are determined to make a go of it. They're in a brand new building, and they hope that their moves in the future will draw fans back to the franchise. Kevin?
Good overview, David. Thank you. The 76ers trail by 17. Saric, right side. He kicks to Fultz. Griffin against Covington. Fires the 3. They get it again. Uses the glass to finish the layup. 10 points for Joel Embiid.
Boy, he's been excellent thus far, Kevin, but it still hasn't been enough to get them the lead.
The pass to Bullock. And here's Pachulia. To the middle. It's stolen by Saric. And now Philadelphia on the break. The rim-rattling two-handed jam.
Boy, Covington has blinding speed, and he makes good use of it in the fast break opportunities.
Outside Jackson. Oh, Griffin in position, and Griffin slams it in.
Boy, the timing of Griffin really superb in these situations. He has a great sense for when to leave the floor on these alley-oop jams.
And that was an unleashed chaos moment indeed. What a spectacular play. Sponsored by Under Armour Hover Havoc. Timeout called the 76ers. Blake Griffin really making a difference here.
And he just keeps hitting shot after shot. They need to design a way to deny him the basketball. Make someone else beat you.
And here is the shot chart as we see how things are going for Jackson.
And really what jumps out to me about this shot chart is just how aggressive he's been when on the floor. I mean, he's doing everything he can to get as close to the hoop as possible before putting up that shot, and it's worked out in a big way for him and his team.
Here's Galloway, covered by Redick. 14 feet away. Pachulia kicks to Bullock. And now the 76ers on the break. Stolen by Jackson. Griffin can't get it to go in. The 76ers trail by 15. To the paint. Here's Covington. Here's Fultz. A strong finish under heavy pressure all over. Fultz has got 5 now.
You know, Fultz handles contact really well for a young player. Excellent at staying under control and then finishing through the contact.
Outside Jackson. Dishes it to Bullock. Detroit, no good that time either. Philadelphia's gotten blank from three-point land so far in the third. Still 0 for 3. Here's Fultz. And Pachulia pulls it down. And it's Jackson with the ball, bringing it up for the Detroit Pistons. 17 points was their biggest margin.
Man, that's sure got to be a load off his mind after not hitting a single three-pointer in that first half.
Fultz with the ball. 5 points in the game. That one goes in. Fultz has got 4 points this quarter.
Like that explosion to the basket. Fultz can turn it on so quickly. He's past you before you know it. Quick as a hiccup.
Jackson kicks to Pachulia. He dishes it to Griffin. And there's the call on Joel Embiid. That will get him his 4th foul of the game.
And that's his 4th, and no doubt he would have liked to have not gotten it this soon.
Lures checked in for Pachulia. Saric against Griffin. In the corner, it's Galloway. And the 3-ball is good. He has 7.
Not the biggest fan of that shot, but he had the space to get it off, so why not?
Shamet, we're covering. Outside, Redick. Tried to come right back with the 3 of his own, but it's no good. Jackson in the corner. There's the 3. And Philadelphia grabs the miss. Embiid's got rebound number 8 now on the night. To the inside, Saric, and slam dunk by Saric.
Unselfishness always admirable in a basketball player, and Covington consistent at giving it up when one of his teammates is open.
Jackson passes to Bullock. Back to Jackson. Lure against Embiid. It's stolen by Saric. It's Redick on the wing. And the 76ers tack on 2 more.
This is why you must play up on Redick, because he's terrific at shooting off the pass.
Jackson kicks to Lure. Griffin against Saric. Outside Griffin. And the slam by Blake Griffin.
Yes, he does, Kevin. Love seeing Griffin finish with power at the rim. Awesome at throwing it down when he's in this deep.
And the 76ers call time here. A different look here for Detroit. Glenn Robinson, the 3rd, is checked in for Reggie Bullock. Luke Kennard comes in for Langston Galloway. And Smith subbed in for Jackson. Griffin kicks to Robinson. That drops. And it comes off an assist from Griffin. Griffin's got 6 assists now in the game. And taking a quick look here, guys, at the hustle stats for the Pistons.
The activity level defensively, I've really been impressed with. There's been an attack mode on the defensive end.
They've been firing on all cylinders in the transition game, too. I mean, they've really run the break well.
Now, here is Smith. He's covered by McConnell. Smith kicks to Lure. Griffin down low. Embiid's there. Good D by Embiid. The 76ers trail by 17. Chandler outside. Clock at 6. 20 feet out. They get the rebound. Embiid kicks to Redick. Another miss by Philadelphia.
No doubt he's struggling right now from the field. Let's see if he can get it going this quarter.
Smith outside. Griffin looking around. Griffin draws the double. Here's Robinson. Nice shot from the wing. Robinson's got 4 points this quarter. For Philadelphia, they've gone 7 for 16 in the second half from the field, shooting a bit under 50%. McConnell kicks to Johnson. Chandler against Griffin. Chandler finds Embiid. Over Robinson. And there's Embiid. That's good on the assist by Chandler. And that's 12 points for Joel Embiid. Smith outside. Down low. Here's Griffin. And there it is for him. Griffin's got 15 points in just the second half.
And they're really in a good position here, thanks in part to the way he's been able to score the basketball.
And Redick kicks to Johnson. And John Lure gets the whistle that time. That'll be his second foul of the game. Muscala, he's checked in for Philadelphia.
In for the 76ers, Mike Muscala.
Here's Muscala. No points in the game yet for him. Left side, Chandler. Over Robinson. Chandler's shot, good.
I think you give Chandler any room to shoot from the mid-range, and he's going to burn you.
Pistons leading by 17. And Wilson Chandler, one of those talented guys who's battled injuries, Clark, throughout his career.
He's one of those guys you love watching play because all he does is try to win and make winning plays. He can give you good minutes, not much of a scorer, but he's a better playmaker and a better wing defender now, too.
Kennard's shot is off.
And he rushed that one, no doubt about it. The D out of position, you could see the frustration on his face.
Johnson, the pass to McConnell. 1:49 left in the third quarter of the game. Just 5 to shoot. Poked away. And it's out of bounds. The 76ers able to retain possession here. Just 4 to shoot. Takes the 3.
Boy, the quick feed of Smith there, making his presence felt on the defensive end of the floor.
And great effort on the boards, and what a mean
talk
that was, Kev. I mean, you just will not see him ever quit on a play.
That guy is a handful. You've got to have a body on him at all times.
And you know what? Sometimes that's not even enough. He'll go around, over, or through you to get to the pumpkin.
Chandler finds McConnell. 1:05 left to play in the third. Redick with it. Now Smith defending. Was shot by Redick. No good.
I tell you what, the way he's been going this quarter, guys, they're going to need somebody else to pick up the slack.
Robinson dishes to Griffin. Battles through traffic and lays it in. Griffin's got 33 points.
And just a nice combination of size and feel there. Terrific finish down low.
Muscala with the ball. Griffin on him, and they call the foul, so he's got the and one chance here to make it a three-point play.
Shooting one.
For Philadelphia, they have shot 9 of 11 at the free throw line.
And as a group, they shot 75% from the line last season.
And, Kevin, it's something they've been working very hard to correct and to change. I mean, they know how important it is to fix that inability at the free throw line.
Markelle Fultz has checked in for the 76ers. Pachulia, he's checked in for the Pistons. That's good from Muscala. 36 seconds left in the third quarter. Now here is Smith. He's covered by McConnell. That's tipped. Pachulia kicks to Robinson. Clock at 6. McConnell passes to Muscala. Fultz, no good.
And you can see at this stage of his career, just still not comfortable as a finisher at the basket.
Blake Griffin getting it done for Detroit. They kept going to him again and again, and he delivered with a monster quarter. Don't go anywhere. We'll be right back. While we have the chance now, folks, let's go to our State Farm assist of the game.
And he's always been the favorite to bag this honor. These kind of feeds are his bread and butter.
Well, you can't run away from the DNA. When he's running the show, he makes sweet highlight reel plays night in and night out.
And with the fourth quarter upon us, time is running out for this game to become competitive. The 76ers trail by 14, and on the floor for Detroit here in the fourth. Smith and Kennard are in the backcourt. Griffin is out there with Robinson, and it's Pachulia in at the 5 down low. Knocked loose. And Muscala kicks to Chandler. And the three ball is good. Chandler's got the first points up on the board here in the fourth for Philadelphia. And so it's Smith with it. He'll bring it up for the Pistons. Earlier in the game, they had a 19-point lead. Here's Kennard, guarded by Fultz. Outside Griffin. Inside. And Pachulia with the dunk.
Yeah, I mean, maybe could have tried for a more memorable dunk than that one.
And we know he's capable of those memorable ones.
Hey, they've got a nice, comfortable lead here, fellas. Might as well keep it simple. Do it a plain, simple one-hander, just like pound cake.
I would agree. Pistons leading by 11. Smith kicks to Griffin. The rebound by Johnson. Johnson's got 6 rebounds here tonight. And Chandler, here we go. Pass to McConnell. Chandler bounce pass. Now here's Fultz, defended by Griffin. Muscala. And the 3 off target. Detroit's gotten a lot of looks from outside tonight, 5 of 12. Griffin finds Smith. Here's Pachulia. Last quarter of play, about 2 minutes in now. Now here's Fultz. He's guarded closely. Over in the corner, Chandler. Shot clock at 5. Over Robinson. Chandler, no good. Pistons leading by 11. Robinson left side. Pass to Kennard. Back to Robinson. Smith outside. Over Johnson. Offensive rebound. Here's Pachulia. Drops in the layup for 2. Pachulia's got 4 points this quarter.
And you can see how this game is going. I mean, put a body on somebody.
Exactly, man. Come on. You got to be physical down there. There's got to be some intensity and some physicality on the board.
Time called here. The Pistons decide to talk it over.
How can you not be a fan of T.J. McConnell if you like grit, tenacity, always ready to help his team? He's a fan favorite because he plays with such a competitive edge, even when most of the time he's outmatched physically. Extremely scrappy and heady. He played his college hoops at Arizona, and he's got a long future in front of him in the NBA.
Saric has checked in for the 76ers. Robert Covington comes in for T.J. McConnell. Then for the Pistons, Reggie Bullock, he's checked in for Glenn Robinson III. Langston Galloway comes in for Luke Kennard. And it's Jackson in for Ish Smith. He gets a chance now to catch up with the 4th member of our crew, Hall of Famer David Aldridge.
Thanks, guys. I got a chance to hear Dwayne Casey talk to his team. He told them the lead we've got is good, but we can be better. Take it to them. Stay on the accelerator. Looks like he wants them to keep pushing it, guys.
Arizona guards know how to get it done, and McConnell is no different.
No, he's really been surprisingly good at this level because of his toughness, his smarts, and he's actually gotten better with his little mid-range shot. His vision is outstanding, his defensive tenacity really good. I mean, this guy has proven that he's a rotational player of value in this league.
Pistons leading by 9. Out to the right wing. Here's Bullock. That's good, and it's Jackson with the assist that time. Jackson's got 9 assists in the game. Great passing. Fultz the pass to Muscala. And the dunk to finish it off. A beauty.
And way to finish and cut into that lead a little bit.
Yeah, but look at the basket, guys, still shaking.
Well, I tell you what, he loaded up as much power as he could behind that two-hander.
Saric against Griffin. Lets it fly. And the shot is long. The 76ers trail by 9. Here's Saric. And the 76ers tack on 2 more. The The Pistons have gone 4 of 8 in this fourth quarter, shooting an even 50% from the field. Jackson kicks to Griffin. To the inside. Here's Covington, and he gets it to go. And now just a 5-point Detroit lead.
And obviously a total team player. Saric is a guy, if his teammate is open, he's going to get the ball.
Inside, Covington with the steal. Saric has the open look. And Pachulia pulls it down. Pachulia's got double-digit rebounds now in the game. Galloway with the bucket.
What a drive there. It didn't bother him at all to have a much taller defender hanging all over him.
And here's Fultz. Passes it to Muscala. Chandler outside. Here's Saric, and it's in there. Saric has got 10 points in just the second half.
I think the offensive game of Saric is really good and continues to evolve. Encouraging to see him be aggressive inside.
They double-team Griffin. Jackson against Saric. Just 5 to shoot. And it's wide right. Hits off the rim. The 76ers trail by 5. Covington dishes to Saric. Kicks it to Fultz. Good ball movement here by the 76ers. Muscala with the ball. Guarded now by Jackson. Here's Saric. That's in for his 8th bucket tonight. A hot 8 for 11 shooting so far.
And it just seems that every pass they make is leading to a score. Just great ball movement.
Right wing. Here's Bullock. Chandler with the block. Saric looking around. There's the dish to Fultz. Fouled in the act of shooting. Gets the bucket anyway, so a 3-point play chance for him.
Hey, Kevin, somehow, some way, this guy makes these tough physical baskets and just drops your jaw with the way he does it.
Embiid, he's checked in for the 76ers. Redick comes in for Wilson Chandler. And it's tied up with that one. And the story with Markelle Fultz last season was one of health and getting his shot right.
Yeah, he suffered a shoulder injury, Kevin, that really impacted his ability to shoot the ball. He tried to play through it, but eventually had to be shut down. And, you know, it's hard to miss that type of time as a rookie. Not only games, but the few practices you get during the season as well. So he's going to have to restart in year 2.
Now here's Covington. D right on him to take the lead. Fultz, no good. And it's Jackson with the ball, bringing it up for Detroit. To the paint. Bullock passes to Jackson. Outside Griffin. They need this one, and it's blocked.
Like watching Saric make his presence felt with blocks like these.
Philadelphia's gone 1 of 3 from outside the arc since we've reached the fourth quarter. Fultz kicks to Covington. And the pass to Embiid. Over Pachulia. And Embiid gets it to go. And the 76ers lead by 2.
And you've got to give them a lot of credit for just battling back into this game.
Extremely impressive was the rally they made. I mean, we'll see how much their comeback might have taken out of them, and we'll see if they can keep that foot on the pedal now.
Saric passes to Fultz. Can't connect from short range.
He's tried to get it going, but the shots simply have not been there. Nothing seems to be falling.
Now here's Jackson. Shoots the three. Galloway, no good. Saric outside. Here's the three. Rebounded by the Pistons. Bullock's got 8 rebounds in this game.
He's still looking for his first three-pointer of the second half after making just one in the first.
They need this. No good that time. And the 76ers go the other way with it. The drive by Redick. The basket good off the assist from Fultz.
Tell you what, that bucket could turn out to be large. Redick gets the call and shows no nerve in coming through for him there.
Now a timeout called by Detroit.
And with the Tide running against them, needs to talk it over with his guys.
You're exactly right. Halting the other team's run momentarily. Let's see what he comes up with now, Greg.
And now we get the chance to present our Jordan Player of the Game, Dario Saric.
He's put on a shooting exhibition for us here tonight. He's missed a couple along the way, but it sure seems like everything's been falling for him. The only way to keep him from converting is to keep the ball out of his hands.
Pistons trail by 4. Jackson kicks to Griffin. Outside for Jackson. Connects from three-point range.
They're not going to run that play very often, but hey, they'll take it. Way to notch that three.
Jackson's gone 50% from deep tonight, making 2 of 4. Now Fultz. Pass to Covington. Fultz with the ball. 6 to shoot. He tries for 3. Rebound, Detroit.
And there have been some terrible shot choices here, Kev. That's not a good look at all.
Pass to Pachulia. Outside Jackson. Nice ball movement by Detroit. Here's Griffin. Gets the bucket and the foul. It's going to be on Saric.
A good score inside, and the defense really offering very little resistance.
Well, they don't have anybody to blame but themselves. Got to prevent them from getting good looks this late in the ball game. You got to come up with stops.
One shot.
And the free throw, no good.
And Blake Griffin is just an incredible athlete, explosive and great balance and mobility, powerful. A big guy who can flat out throw it down, and he also can pass it too.
The Pistons trailer. Jackson kicks to Griffin. And then Griffin with the dunk.
And that's an example of willpower right there, guys. I mean, grabbing the offensive rebound and then going back up strong.
And GA, in a close game like this where every possession is critical, that could prove to be a very big one.
Oh, it sure could, Kevin. I mean, he salvaged 2 big points for them off that miss.
Philadelphia's gone into a funk from downtown in the 4th. Only one of their 5 three-pointers has found the bottom of the bucket. Redick finds Saric. Nice D from Griffin. We can probably expect to see him slow it down now.
Yeah, I think you want to milk your possessions. Now, that is cold-blooded.
Indeed it is. Love seeing him deliver when they need him most. No fear taking these shots. I love it.
And the 76ers call time here. They're trailing by 4. There's 39 seconds left in the 4th quarter. Now, here's Redick. Not a lot of room. Kept alive.
And you know Embiid wants the ball in these situations. He wants that shot. He wants to come through for his team.
It's stolen by Saric.
And it's still within reach.
But they have to be really close to perfect from here on out. I mean, they have to get their offense right on target, right on point, immediately.
Here's Embiid. The putback, Saric on the follow.
Saric is a high-energy guy and does a nice job positioning to get that offensive rebound.
So Dwayne Casey decides to call a timeout. "15 seconds left in the fourth.
Take a break. Take a break. 2 shots.
Gets the first, and that gives them the lead. So he gets them both, and it's a 2-point ball game.
Ice in the veins right there. They're one stop away from winning this thing.
And the 76ers call time here. They're trailing by 2. 11 seconds left in the fourth quarter of this one. Guys, what's your take?
You know what? You can go for the 3 to win or the 2 to tie. What's your choice in a situation like this?
Well, I don't think you set that decision in stone and anchor it in this timeout. You see how things play out. You're going to try to get a good, quick shot. And if it's a good 3 with a good shooter, let it fly. If it's something in the paint, then you take that. But it's about being a good, quick shot in this situation.
Feeling it. No doubt about it. He's definitely feeling it right now. Shooting a terrific percentage from the field.
And that's going to do it for regulation. So we are headed to overtime. Live from Philadelphia, you're watching 2K Sports. And now we get set for overtime in what has been a stirring contest.
Boys, nice time.
So Detroit will get the first possession. And always a good ride in these post-regulation battles. This overtime now looking to be an exciting one. All fueled up and ready to go to overtime basketball here, brought to us by Gatorade. Let's check out who's on the floor. On the floor for Detroit, Reggie Bullock is out there with Griffin. Then there's Pachulia. And it's Smith. And it's Galloway in at the 2 spot. And it's Saric, that time on the assist from Covington. Saric has got the first basket here in overtime for the 76ers. Smith kicks to Bullock, passes it to Pachulia. Outside Griffin. And the slam by Blake Griffin.
His performance today has just been so important. What a luxury to have a guy that's that dependable.
And there's the pass to Covington. And there's the feed to Saric. Embiid. And he's fouled pretty hard on that shot, but he's got the chance to pick up the points at the line.
Well, I tell you what, so hard to guard all that size. I mean, Embiid is an absolute monster, and he knows how to draw fouls, too.
No good on that one.
Tell you what, when Joel Embiid is healthy, this dude is a super effective player, a polished big man with an arsenal of post moves and shots. He's a handful down there.
And he can't get the second one to drop either. Coming up empty that time. Now here is Smith, guarded by Fultz. Smith kicks to Bullock. Nice ball movement by Detroit. And there's the call on Joel Embiid. That's it for him. He's fouled out of the game.
And that is a big loss for this team. This game's still in the balance, and he's someone they always want in there at crunch time.
Johnson, he's checked in for Embiid. It's stolen by Johnson. Redick passes to Fultz. About 90 seconds off the clock here in the extra period. Here's Saric. And Pachulia pulls it down. Detroit's gone outside a lot tonight. 17 times, in fact. 7 of 17. Here's Griffin. Lays it up and banks it in. Griffin's got 41.
Boy, the defense looked helpless there. I mean, he's going to lay it up every time when he's got a smaller defender on him.
Overtime in full swing here. 2 minutes off the clock. And there's the call on Pachulia. That will get him his 4th foul of the game. Here's Saric. He kicks to Fultz. Dishes it to Redick. Shot clock at 6. From deep. Good on the three-point shot.
And this is exactly how Redick makes his living. An incredible three-point shooter who shoots it quickly.
Smith finds Pachulia. Over to the left wing. Here's Bullock. And right away, they match it with a three-pointer of their own. And the Pistons lead by 2. The 76ers have gone 2 of 3 from the floor as we've gotten this overtime period underway. Here's Fultz. Good work there as it goes.
Outstanding poise from Fultz there. I mean, his team looks for him to provide buckets like that, and he doesn't disappoint.
Now, here is Smith, guarded closely. Outside Griffin. Griffin draws the double. Out to the right wing. From outside the arc. Pistons keep it alive. Pachulia trying to break loose. Smith's shot is good.
Boy, I tell you what, it's not surprising that Smith wants to take the big shot. I mean, he's used to being the guy in these moments.
Pass to Covington. Stolen by Bullock. And now the Pistons fast break. And he bangs it home with one hand.
And Kevin, maybe the play of the game right there.
A tremendous instinct straight to come up with a steal and then attack the basket.
Game changer right there, guys. An unbelievable play to make it this stage of a really tight ball game.
It's Covington on the wing. His three-pointer's off the mark.
You know, to cut deficits, you got to be making smart basketball plays out there. Taking care of the ball. It's not done by hoisting up bonehead threes like that one.
Here's Griffin. Pass to Galloway. Kicks it to Smith. Shot clock at 5. Tipped away. And it goes out of bounds. That one off Covington. Here's Bullock. No good on the quick 3.
And even against defense as tight as that, you almost expect him to still bury those.
And Reggie Bullock gets the whistle that time. And that'll be his 3rd foul so far. And Philadelphia making a change here. Muscala's checked in. Timeout called the 76ers. They're down by 4. 43 seconds left in overtime. Redick surveying the D. Saric trying to break free. It's good! And he has brought them to within 2 points.
They get the points they need as Redick shows just how cold-blooded he can be. JJ has the bench up and going crazy with that one.
And overtime has come down to this. They need at least 2 points or you can kiss this baby goodnight.
Good job putting the pass in front of him, throwing it where he's supposed to be, not where he is, paving the way right to the bucket.
Time called here. The Pistons decide to talk it over. Here's Smith. Outside Griffin. Back to Smith. Here's Pachulia. Oh, and he had a chance to win it right there, but couldn't get it to fall. And so we are tied again at the end of overtime. Now we're headed to overtime number 2. And we'll be back with you right after this. And as we play into another overtime, the tension continues to build. Both teams refusing to quit. And here are the 76ers now. Now here's Fultz, covered by Smith. A floater. Rebound by the Pistons. Pachulia's got rebound number 15 here tonight. Out of bounds. It'll be 76ers ball. Here's Covington. To the wing on the left. Now here is Muscala. He's tightly guarded. Saric. The teardrop falls in. Saric has got 4 points now in the quarter.
And it's all about the release when you shoot the floater.
Outside Griffin. And again, it's the Pistons missing. The 76ers leading. And here's Redick. He dishes it to Covington. No good with the triple. And so it's Smith with it. He'll bring it up for the Pistons. And oh boy, a lot of contact there, but he gets the call and will shoot 2.
Take a break. Take a break. 2 shots.
First free throw is good. He's perfect from the line this time. 76ers shooting it up around 51%. They're getting good looks. And Redick kicks to Saric. Now here's Covington. He's guarded by Bullock. Here's Fultz. Off the mark there with the three-point shot. The Pistons shooting with confidence, 50% from the field so far. Griffin's shot is good. Griffin's got 6 here in this quarter.
And, you know, these are easy ones. Once you're this close, it's academic.
Fultz, the pass to Saric. Good ball movement here by the 76ers. Muscala dishes to Redick. Hit his leg. And it's whistled a kick. Detroit making a switch here. Jackson's checked in. And the wide open shot from Redick. And right through it goes. Redick's got the game tied up here for the 76ers. So it's Detroit now. Outside Jackson. Out to the wing. And it's going to be out of bounds. The Pistons will retain possession. Here's Griffin. 6 to shoot. Over Saric. He sinks the 11-footer. Griffin's got 45 points.
And, you know, he's been their go-to guy. Smart at knowing what shots to take, when to take them. Plays with really a perfect pace.
Right side, Redick. Saric up top. Covington kicks to Fultz. Tries a three. And Pachulia pulls it down. Pachulia's got rebound number 17, if you can believe that. Here's Bullock. From outside, off the mark. 76ers trailing. Feeds it to Fultz. Stolen by Jackson. And now the Pistons fast break. And he could not get that one to go. A lot of contact, and he'll go to the line for 2.
Gentlemen, 2 shots. Loose shots.
Good on the first, and that makes it a 3-point lead. And so both free throws are good, and it's a 4-point ball game.
And really, the tension could not be higher right now. And he looked like he was shooting free throws at practice. What a cool customer.
Outside, Redick. It's Covington on the wing. He's guarded by Bullock. The 76ers again can't hit it. Galloway kicks to Griffin. Passes it to Pachulia. On the wing, Jackson. There's the pass to Griffin. Back to Jackson. 5 to shoot. Over Fultz. Jackson misses. The 76ers trail by 4. And there's the call on Pachulia. That's his 5th foul. Pistons on defense. Earlier in the game, they had a 19-point lead. Pass to Fultz. Saric inside. Defended by Griffin.
I like the way Dario Saric plays so hard down low when he gets inside. Really good at drawing fouls because he's physical and aggressive.
Dario Saric at the line for 2.
He drops the first one, and that narrows the lead down to just 3.
And, you know, really, Saric's skills are tailor-made for today's NBA. He's a big guy who does a little bit of everything at both ends, and he's a laser from that 3-point line.
That's also good, so he hits both free throws.
Clutch. Those free throws turn this into a 1-possession ball game.
Jackson kicks to Griffin. And it's Philadelphia with the rebound. 3 on 3. Redick for 3. No good. Shot missing. And Detroit the other way now. 4 seconds separating the shot and game clocks. Now here's Jackson. He's guarded closely. Six on the shot clock. He kicks to Griffin. Over Saric. Count it!
Yeah, he's become very reliable with that mid-range jump shot. The defense can't let him get comfortable from there.
Timeout called the 76ers. They trail by 4. Just 4 seconds left in the second overtime. What a game. Guys, what do you think?
Yeah, pure desperation right now, Clark. You think there's enough time?
I doubt it. I mean, it's clear what they've got to do. Quick shot, foul, and they need some cooperation with some missed free throws from the opponent.
Sharch finds Covington. And so it's the Pistons who come out on top here. A double overtime game can really take its toll on the players, and after this one, the officials, the fans, everyone's going to have to take a needed rest.
No doubt. I mean, when you have to dig that deep and play with that much determination to get a win, it was earned, and I tell you what, they've got to feel really good about themselves for fighting through.
And now let's catch up with David Aldridge, who's standing by from the sideline. All right, Dave.
Thank you, Kevin. Blake, very strong game offensively. What gave you the confidence to take over?
I'm just putting in the work, and my teammates, honestly, believing in me and telling me to be confident at the end of the game. So I owe a lot to them. They came up with big plays. Just everybody working together.
Very good win for you tonight, Blake. Congrats. Back to you, Kevin.
All right, David, great job. Thanks so much. And that's going to do it tonight, folks, for our broadcast. For Clark Kellogg, Greg Anthony, and David Aldridge, this is Kevin Harlan along with our terrific 2K Sports crew, thanking you for tuning in. See you later.